Okay, we are good. Let's begin. Whoop. Why has Morgan Freeman always looked old? This is a question for you. Francois, hey buddy. How you doing, man? You here for some painting? You want to see anything in particular? I can sort something out. We literally just sat down. Me and my personalities, that is. Yeah, I couldn't find a pair of boots. I had a little butcher's, but I don't have just a pair of orc boots. I need to figure out a way. I was thinking of like if I made an orc that was coming out of a barrel or something, I could cut his feet off and use them for another orc, if that makes sense. But we could do some work on those orcs. I just don't have boots. The issue I have at the moment is I've got a little bit of a bottleneck with getting stuff assembled. I was briefly in a meeting about a business degree, but I was going to assemble some models in there, but it was a brief meeting because, again, you need those mathematics, and I can't calculate for shit. So it seems I'm never going to be an engineer or a businessman. But I like table trades, but, I mean, can't I just get AI to do all my calculating for me? Seems unfair. Yeah, barrel orc. I feel like barrel orcs. I do have my grot tank, my Kitbash grot tank somewhere. Oh, I have no idea where that is exactly. I'll crack out some more of the orcs for you, and then we can. Yeah, I'll crack out more of the orcs, and then I can show you those. What should we talk about today, Francois? What topic do you fancy discussing? I could use some social. What you want to discuss? Oh, I'm mucking that up a bit. Okay, well let's just talk about nothing, dude. Let's just talk about nothing. Let's just hang out. I'm also fine with that. No pressure. Thanks. Yeah, I'm actually redoing the shells of these two Raveners. I've actually painted them once already. It's just that I accidentally used Agrax Earthshade for the recesses, and it was just a little bit too dark. And then I didn't do the yellows vibrant enough, be it that they needed more layers on the Agrax or something, but they looked really flat. So I'm just doing them again. I've just gone over them with a bit of Avalan Sunrise, I think it's called, or Sunset. I think it's Sunrise. And then with some Reichland Flesh Shade, some Casadora Yellow, and now I've just got Flash Gits Yellow. So I'm just redoing the shells, just because I wanted to just improve them a little bit. It's just the first model I picked up, to be honest. I should really do something else as well, which I will. We've only just started, but I just wanted to sit down, relax, get a couple of hours of painting going. Also, hi. I always do long answers. Hang on one second. I have to respond to my wife. I'm stealing her Netflix. Okay, let's just close that. Yeet, yeet. There we go. Fixed. Now she's happy? Oh, please tell me about your pile of shame. I would love to hear what's on there. I'd love to hear about your pile of shame. I feel like pile of shame is like a... Well, no, you tell me what you got first, and I'll tell you my theories on if you want to hear them. I definitely talk too much. I talk like a man who doesn't get to talk enough. I'm starved for conversation. Starved, I tells you. What's in the pile? Let me know. I'd love to hear about everyone's... Francois, you must have a pile of shame. I'd love to hear what's in it. Okay. Yeah, sorry for laughing at you. I mean, I was just laughing at the amount of Leman Russes. I immediately got an image in my head of the Leman Russes. Well, what... I mean, I love Guard as well. Old Guard or New Guard? Like, the old Cadians or the new Cadians? I'm curious about that. That is also a very good name for it. I used to have a guard army. I used to have quite a large guard army, but I threw it away. Threw it in a bin. Yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, I threw away my collection at one point. Not recently, we're talking like 2010, but yeah, I threw a load of stuff in a bin. Kind of regret that. Mostly new. I got some old Chimeras and Commanders. Pretty fun looking. Yeah, there's some really good Chimera variants. I love the open top ones. There's a Mortar one, a Command one. Some really nice Chimeras. Yeah, there's some really nice tanks, guard tanks. I love basilisks. I'd love to have like 5 basilisks as a battery. That would be really fun. But what's another guard tank that I really like? Not so keen on Baneblades. That's an interesting one. I like Guard Psychers. Those figures are pretty neat. And Commissars. I mean, who doesn't love Commissars? This is starting to look a little patchy. I need to mix a little water in here. What's your favourite guard thing at the moment? What's your favourite thing you got in your pile? Well, I guess it wouldn't be in your pile if it was your fave. You would assemble it. Have you painted any Leman Russes? Oh, yeah. That's a nice one. Yeah. Yeah, I like Medusas. I like those guns. Wait, Medusa is a gun. It is a short nose. It's like a mortar, right? The Medusa. I'm not confusing it with a missile battery, am I? It might be the big missile one. Shadow Sword. That's the Titan killer tank, right? Yeah, I think it is. It's a Baneblade variant, right? Yeah, I think so. I looked at one video and they converted Elite Rogel Dawn to look like more like a Stug from a German Stug from World War II, and it looks really good. Short barrel basilisk. Yeah, it is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're lovely. Yeah, it is the one I've got in my mind. Yeah, like a yeah, exactly right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Like a bombard. Excuse me. Yeah, Traitor Krieg. Oh, could you imagine such a thing? Oh. What I really want to make is I want to make a conscript army. Conscript army, techno barbarian army. Oh, actually, my techno barbarian army could double as a conscript army. Well, no, not really. Yeah, I want like not good guard. I want civilian population pressed into service regiment. That's what I want. I want to have them as with guard stats, maybe slightly worse, but then halve their leadership. That's what the kind of army I want to field. I want me on the battlefield, you know? I want wild firing, panic stricken, stuck in the horrors of Warhammer. Yeah, essentially a militia. Have you read, before I continue, has everyone here read Siege of Terror? Because I'm going to talk about, I would talk about Siege of Terror, and then that will give you the gist of what I'm looking for. I might give them hitting on sixes, but double the amount of shots to represent panic fire. Like they're just firing, hitting and hoping, you know? Something like that. Yeah, I would. I mean, Yeah, I would like them to. Yeah, I want terrible, terribly afraid people, army, but who have been issued military weapons and don't necessarily know what they're doing. And I'd like them to go up against Tyranids. I tell you what, I have been looking at. Yeah, it's 20 years old, but there was stuff in the books. I was terrified of spoilers. Um, so shall I talk about it then? Because I'd love to. All right, yeah, appreciate the heads up. Fulgrim, Fulgrim's a great book. Yeah, Fulgrim is a great book. Yep, I'll keep my mouth shut because there are some gems in the series. Basically, I want a conscript army. I'd like to do like civilian world attacked by Nids scenario. That's something like that. But I need to get. I want to get some. I think they're called Tyrannocytes and Mucoloid spores. I've been looking for those because I want to make the Mucoloids, the Tyrannocyst, look like a big spore. Like leave the armor plates off the sides. And I like the idea of massive spores drifting through. I love the idea of that. Mm. That'd be delicious. There we go. We're looking a little brighter. A couple more yellows on there, and we should look much better. You see what I mean? Just got to brighten it. The Ravenna series, and by extension, the Eisenhorn series, are really, really good as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shockingly good reads. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Can we have like can we work in like that not only do they die, but could we call it like accidental discharge or something? Like if they have like a template weapon that they mess up and they fire it at their feet, or that they vaporize a squad mate. So they might actually come through it, but they vaporize a squad mate. That would be pretty good. Like, you imagine them hoiking up a melter, trying to fire it, but accidentally vaporizing Jeff. That'd be pretty good. I love the idea of that. We could call it accidental discharge. And my theory was panic fire, so it's really hard to hit, but they fire twice as much, implying that they've got the ammo, they're burning through it, and they're just terrified. Ooh, yeah, that's an interesting one. Which is better? I mean, they're so different. I would probably agree with you in that I'd slightly lean towards enjoying Ravener, but I would say this. I mean, if Ravener wasn't in the Eisenhorn books, would he be as good? You know? Oh, it's a toughie. I don't know. I don't know. That's an interesting one, though. That's definitely a good topic for conversation. Um, Yeah, oh, it's a toughie because Eisenhorn and but I like how he chats with his little demon buddy. It's a toughie. It's close. It's definitely close. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, I need to say thanks because I already feel better. We're only 30 minutes in, and I'm already feeling better. Thanks, guys. I'm so glad I turned this stream on. Thanks, guys. Really, really appreciate the chit chat. I know it's nothing, but I know it's like no chat, hardly any chat. But when you're coming from no zero chat, nothing chat, like it's nice to have a bit of convo about something I like and happen to know about. Matt. Right, so yeah, Matt. Yeah, I might might owe you a little bit of an apology. I might have made some demands of you in the convos on the shorts. I might have casually threatened you in a little bit of a way. I noticed there was a response, but I only saw it briefly. That you were working on something else other than the Vespids, and that's fine. But I've forgotten already what it was. It was just a token glance. I hadn't replied. But I got some pretty good news as well about Vespids, actually, which you could be privy to if you were curious. Ah, 40k. You can go as crazy as you want with it. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can even make up some 40k lore right now. I tell you what, I do like. I really like old rogue trader rules for some of these old guard units, like human bombs, penitent squads. Yeah, thinking forward sucks. So I've got some Vespids on their way to me. I was actually managed to find a copy of what is it, Voicus, the Kill Team box set. Got it for 25% off, and happened to have it for a few table trade pennies. So I've got that, and what I'm also looking forward to is the little sentry gun thing in the guardsman squad. So I finally got some guardsmen again. We've been talking about guardsmen actually. So I finally got some guardsmen again and some Vespids. That's it. Yeah, Hivestorm. The one where you get the guardsmen, the Vespids, and the terrain. Ah, yeah. What if the Emperor gets up? Well, I mean, if he gets up, then everyone needs to fall into line. Frankly, yeah, everyone needs to fall into line. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased about the kill team thing. I got it. So yeah, it's pretty handy. Oh, yeah, no, why not? That's a lovely idea. Chaos fight amongst each other all the time. So yeah, I got myself some delicious little Vespids. I might relist it briefly, see if I can make €14 on the box. But honestly, with the Vespids, I kind of want to open them. Because I have been neglecting my Tau of late. But the issue is this assembly bottleneck I find myself in. It's quite the first world pickle. Sliven21, do you happen to use Discord? Because if you do, then some photos in Discord would be amazing to see. I don't have Discord open right this second, but that would be pretty cool. And also, Sliven, the face, I've got a tiny picture of a face. It looks like a terrifying Frankenstein-esque makeup face. Is that you? Because that's terrifying makeup. Yeah, Frankenstein does creep me out somewhat, like reanimated body parts. Yeah, something about that really creeps me out. Oh yeah, we're making... Okay, yeah, so creepy Warhammer stuff. So the Ghoul Stars, I love that. Halloween mask, it's good. It's good. It scares the hell out of me. Little face poking out of my phone at me. So yeah, I like the Ghoul Stars. What I also really like are that you can have like Xeno creatures. I'm not talking like even races. I'm just talking like the flora and fauna in the 40k universe. I feel like there's an awful lot of wiggle room in kit bashing anything you want together. Yeah. Can I also love the Men of Iron. I love how the Dark Angels are sneaky sneakies with their AI stuff, and that you can have stuff. I forget the name, but they're like these six-limbed gigantic robots that they just drop on a planet and they're like, kill everything, and then they come like, go sleep now, come on, back on the ship. But then like the Men of Iron skulking about, the fact that there was a Thunder Warrior still kicking about. What else do I really like? Just like, because you can add anything you want to it. It's so good. But yeah, flora and fauna, like native, just little creatures and critters. Like the Blackstone Fortress add-on. What was it called? Or something. It's like I forget. But yeah, I love stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've got enough parts to do some kit bashing as well. And I'll lean towards my usual ones of Chaos Spawn and robots. But yeah, I want to sit down and do some kit bashing. Hopefully at some point. Yeah, a bit stuck for glues. Yeah, so the Blackstone Fortress box set, not the main one, even though I'd get that for the little Man of Iron alone, because I was like, if I get that Man of Iron, I could cast him and then have 100 Men of Iron. But I'm going for Men of Iron proxies, proxies. But it's a add-on box. I want to call it. I want to say it's like a nag ball or something, but it's like a big, muscly, insecty kind of creature. Amble? Something like that. But yeah, that's one I was considering getting the Blackstone just for him, but, it's a bit of a luxury, isn't it? But it's a really nice looking creature. Yeah, we know what we're talking about. We both seem to clearly know what it is. We just don't know its name. But yeah, delicious looking creature. I was also actually on the subject of Warhammer stuff. So I was looking at link for Discord. Only a picture of the Chaos Death Guard as of yet. Yes, go back maybe go back several live streams. Go back like 5 live streams, and you'll see a link in one of them. It's the older ones have a permanent link, and the ones that do, that's what I wasn't feeling lazy, but I was feeling lazy today. But there's a link, and you can join the Discord there and slap a photo in. That would be wonderful if you're willing to. But yeah, so the other Warhammer news is, so now that I know how to paint my orcs and their skin, I'm still not sure about the goblin. I feel like the goblin skin, which is this. I think this is more not goblin, but what are the little guys that hang out with ogres? I don't have them, but those guys? I feel like this is their colour. But yeah, so what I was looking at is... got really lazy basing their minis. It's almost always brown earth and grass tufts. Yeah, that's I don't know if that's why I say yeah. I've not noticed it, but yeah, it's a little lazy. Yeah, why would they be lazy? You'd think their whole shtick would be like up in their basing bases and improving stuff, but I guess it's not, is it? I was going to say they just want to make money, but they could sell basing stuff. It's funny you mentioned tufts, because Army Painter had some free tufts in their painting kit that I bought when they're 70% off in their old paints. And I'm kind of glad I got them now. They've proven useful, especially that Troll's Teeth white, off-white. Oh, light blue with the orange. That would look delicious, yeah. Oh, my coffee's getting cold. Hang on. So the other thing is, back in the Warhammer days, I really liked giants in your Orcs and Goblins army. You can have them with Chaos, you can have them with Ogres, but I don't like the models. So I was like, look, I was researching into giants. Now I've got a regular giant who will fit on a regular base. That's fine, all good there. But then I was like, I wonder if I could somehow field a Sons of Behemoth giant in Old World. And it turns out you can fit. It would be called a Bone Crusher giant. Was it Bone Crusher? Oh no, I'm not sure now. But anyway, it goes on 100 by 150 mil base, and I found one image of it, of someone who made one. So you can actually have a Sons of Behemoth giant in Old World, which is glorious to me, because I'd love to have a giant stomping around the field with my Orcs and Goblins. So that is actually viable. And what I was thinking was, how could you field, or can you even field, the Stormcast Big Dragon on an Old World board? What on earth could you have it as? Now, I know there's dragons with people riding them in Old World, but I'm not sure. I haven't found the way that I could get away with having that on a board. Yeah, the Old World giants are going for a massive amount of money, and I don't like the models, but I do like. Now I have the medium giant, the plastic one, but what I really want is the big giant, the Sons of Behemoth, because I liked them when they came out, but I'm not so keen on Age of Sigmar. So, but what I was thinking is I could just put a couple of magnets under his feet, and then I can put him on either base, you know. But the point is, I found a reason to legitly consider buying a giant, you know. Like, don't get me wrong, it will wipe out my table trades funds, but it is Christmas, you know. So, oh, which one are we talking about? If we're talking about the giant that comes in the free pack of the Sons of Behemoth, yeah, they might be quite cheap, but I already have one of those, and I don't necessarily like the variants, so I'd only build the one of those ones, but it's the big giant. Not the guy with the ponytail, not the old giant model with the ponytail. I don't want that one at all. Don't like that one. That's too close to ogre than giant for my taste. But yeah, so fielding the dragon, that's something I'm looking into as well. Because I don't think you can, but I have to look into that. Right, I've got a little yellow left over. Oh, I've got my orcs. I can just paint my orcs. There we go. That's what I can do. Let's just whack a bit on there. Yeah. Okay. So here's the whole shtick with Pile of Shame, right? I know in my heart when I'm overspending. Like, what I mean is, there's certain models I want, and then there's something like, oh, I should get that, but I'm umming and ahhing about it, right? But I know in my heart of hearts that I don't necessarily super want it. So I don't know if you have that. You know, when you look at a model, it's like, oh, I quite like that, but then you never get around to assembling it. There's something about it. So I think that I'm actively trying to reduce my pile with that logic. So I don't know if that could help. I don't know, but that's something I feel is worth. Like, I wouldn't buy more if you've got that many tanks already. And the question is, do you even want to paint that many tanks? So you could be smart and do a Francois and just keep hold of them. They're only going to go up in price every October. And then you don't have to worry about buying more as and when it comes around to you wanting to paint them. You know what I mean? Yeah, keep them. Keep them and buy more. There we go. Just totally talked myself out of it. I recognise that name for some reason, Cobb. Or Coob. I feel like we've had this conversation before, whether or not it's Cobb or Coob. Sounds familiar, dude. Yeah, we're around. We've only been streaming since mid-October, so that's only been a thing since then. But yeah, I've been around getting some social, um, just kicking about, not necessarily thriving, but more than none, which is the goal. So that's what I wanted. I wanted more than not talking to anybody. So in that way, the way in which I measure it, it's a big success. So yeah. Yeah, the game streams and videos, they're not gone. It just I can't afford the bloody video editor. The cheap bargain nonsense video editor that I not like edit videos, but as far as like trimming off the edges, getting the audio right, and then exporting it. But the truth is, I'm pretty time poor nowadays. So with the streams, the beautiful thing is I can just turn the stream on and then I'm painting. You know, I don't have to do a lot of background stuff that prevents me from doing the other stuff. So that's what I'm thinking. Like I want to play the gamies, but it's just you have time off court. A lot of time in the background doing stuff, and I don't have a lot of background time. So I discovered the streaming by pure fluke. Coob. A few years back, the server got shut down and a new one got formed. So you might not necessarily be in the server, but don't think that you got kicked. It got shut down for a bit and then restarted. So, yeah. So don't worry if you're not in there. Adeptus Ridiculous. Oh, what's Adeptus Ridiculous? I mean, it's a great name for starters. It's in one of the live streams. It's definitely it's in more than 80% of the live streams. So if you find a few that it isn't in, you just had some bad luck. But yeah, haven't sat and played gamies. I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Civ. I got into Ark Raiders, but I've had enough of that. Like, I know it's a survival shooter, but I also really like robots, so I bought it because people were like, oh no, this one's different, but it's turned into just everyone screwing each other over, and it's like, I need to reduce the amount of me getting screwed over because, real world is doing that enough. I don't need it in my entertainment as well. But if they make a PvE mode where you can pew, where I can take that lovely Pharaoh, the single shot rifle, and pew some robots that are big and scary and want to come murder me, I would be well up for that, because pewing something big and terrible with a little single shot rifle with no scope is a lot of fun. Seems everyone's got a podcast nowadays. God, I sound old. Nowadays, I remember back in my day, we would just shout at people in the street. None of this technology, confounded technology. Seems more than a couple of people know who Bricky is. Am I painting? Okay, so yeah, the boots are going to be yellow as well, fine. Titanfall 2, yeah, I hear nothing but good things about that, actually. Never got into it, which is surprising because, it's big robots. Surprised that I didn't get into that. Do you know what was good back in the day? Talking to people. Having money. Having more than minus money. Those things were good. I liked those. Although I've never been super rich or even moderately well off. But it felt like there was ever so slightly more wiggle room than now. God, I sound old. I'm going to change the subject. Sorry, backtrack. It's going to depress me if I start along those lines. You have money? Heresy! Burn them all! Exterminators! Yeah, it's yeah. I got to stop thinking about it. I think about it too much. It's getting to me almost all the time. I got to stop thinking about it. YouTube's not helping me because all the videos are like doom and gloom videos, and I'm like, it's not. What on earth is that coming out of his feet? Has he got old style Star Trek spiky toe boots? He has, hasn't he? Yeah, and there's some ridiculously bad mold lines on there as well. I'm not gonna. This isn't the usual blade I use. It's too big to get in there. Bugger. Okay. Yeah, sorry for bringing it up, guys. We're not in here to stress out about money. Sorry, I'll stop. My bad, guys. Yeah, I'd like to apologise. Maybe I should be accused of heresy. These are some very yellow trousers I got going on here, but I've still got yellow on the palette, so I think this guy's going to be more yellow. Just because I have yellow. I can paint some bits different colours as and when I need to, but for now, let's just get some yellow out onto this this Storm Boy. Do you know what? Coob, hang on. I got you, buddy. I got you back. Hang on. I'm going to go sort it out right now. You wait there 1 second, buddy. I got you. Okay, right. Cop. I've put the link on. I put the link on this stream, so you're sorted. I got you, buddy. You're all good. Pictures. I'm gonna have to get back up. I'm gonna go. So I've got the invite link window up. Hang on a sec. Oh, that's delicious. I just noticed the spooky ghost. Whoever did that, that's amazing. And the camouflage cloak of those marine snipers is also really good. Oh, yeah, more pictures welcome. And sorry that you had to have surgery. Surgeries suck, man. 39.5 degree fever. Yeah, that's not so nice either. Having to rush back to work after surgery also sucks ass. What on here? Well, the trouble is if I write it, then the camera might start focusing on it. That was the issue. When I move this, then it doesn't know whether to focus on the orc or the background, which is a shame because I really like the background, but now I've got that bit of paper. But yeah, the spooky ghost. I don't know who did that, but the spooky ghost is really tasty. Do you know what? I'm being too tentative. I need a skankier brush. I just need to... Do any of you guys over paint put too much paint on your palettes. Is that something that is that just a me thing, or do you guys do that too? I'm just going to just get this on. Doesn't need to be super clean. It's an orc, you know. So I don't want to go on the flesh, but at the same time, it's not awful if I do, because I've got to paint some more greens on there anyway. But I don't want this guy to be all yellow, just his outfit. Yeah, I'll leave him as that yellow. What do we have? Ooh. So this guy's already yellow, but I kind of want to keep some bits. So I'm going to go back to the more precise brush. I want to keep the face on. I like the face. But this yellow's a bit mucky. No, Coop Cobs. It's in the description of the live stream. That's where it is. So it's in there now, buddy. Can anyone else see it? Did I save it? Is the description in there? Because if not, I made a boo boo. Oh man! Don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't say that anymore. I don't want to say it. It always makes me go Mrr when people say it. I know it helps to say it, but I don't want to say it. Okay, fantastic. Coop Cops. Excellent. Yeah. On the subject of the like and subscribe, do you think it's possible to fluke having a successful YouTube channel? What I mean by that is that I super suck at selling myself and promoting myself, and it puts me off a little bit, like selling myself, since when I got held at gunpoint and the sales manager the next day was trying to use my suffering as a way to boost sales. So I kind of don't like selling myself. I don't like that element. But what my question is basically this: do you think you could fluke having a YouTube channel without actually promoting yourself in any way and not networking with other people because you're a bit weird? That's quite a question, but yeah. Stop saying selling myself. Yeah, good friggin' yeah. I should stop saying that. I don't like it. It feels like, thinking outside the box phrasing, blue sky thinking, all that horribleness that makes me go, brr. You're right. This yellow is really nice. It's really brightening up this little rocket. I want to keep that detail though. I want to keep that face. But at the same time, I don't want to make the orc too neat. But at the same time, I want to use the yellow, so... That face just makes me smile. Okay, so it's flukable, but I'll settle for what we're doing right now. No, it's not even. What am I saying? It's not even settling. See, I don't agree with that. It's not even settling. It's me sitting here chatting with you guys is providing exactly what I need, which is to actually talk to humans. So why am I saying settle? Why do I say that? I never. I wish I could talk properly. Bugs me. You sound like you're more knowledgeable than me, Matt, on these things. You sound smarter than me on the. Yeah, This is just fine. What's going on is just fine right now. Don't get me wrong. If the ad revenue kicked up, that would be super, super good. That's what I mean. That's what I friggin' mean. Like, it'd be nice if the ad revenue kicked up so that we could continue doing this. And, heaven forbid, actually send some stuff out to people. Dear God, that would be lovely. But as me and Francois discovered, it costs quite a lot to do something nice for somebody, which is a bit of a pain in the dick. Painting breaks is, changing it up. Painting little bits here and there. Yeah, changing it up is really good. Speaking of changing it up, I'm going to just put this orc down. Oh, but there's only a teeny tiny bit of yellow left. Let's just use it. Let's do his facey bit. Oh. Who's a pretty boy? Yeah, I've got me some yellows. I was painting me some yellow. I'll try and leave the metallic there. Okay, so let's do a quick count. So we've got the paints I've got here. I've got a little bit of a storage issue with the paints, right? So we got those ones. And then I think I might have a couple... No, I've taken those ones down there. I've got a handful here. But then the real issue is... Bear with me. Hang on a second. The real issue I've got is this. So if I just move the phone down, I'll try not to get I don't want to get my horrendous legs in shot. Right, so we've got this, and then if I just open up this is the problem that I have, is that I've got all these that I want to use, but I can't store and access them easily. So that's the problem that I have. Like, I can't get these into active service, What's a cuticle? You just noticed something about my hands. I don't know if I... Hang on. What's wrong with my hands? I know they're pretty beat up, but I'm old, so they're old ass hands. But they've always looked old ass. Genetic old ass hands. They look mangy. There you go. That's my I don't know anything about nails. So yeah, that's the problem with paints. And I thought about putting them on these shelves, but my cardboard shelves, they don't really hold up with much weight. So I can get away with putting a model on them, but the problem is it won't hold up with paints on. So that's the issue that I have. I don't know. No cuticles, good or bad? If I've got no cuticles, I've been doing all right so far without them. So that's good. But yeah, so that's the paint issue that I got. Yeah, cardboard shelves. They were free. I had some cardboard. I found some cardboard in the house, and I was like, you know what, shelves. And it didn't take me too long, and now I've got cardboard shelves. They're pretty useful, and they're better than no shelves, which is what I was aiming for. I had no shelves, and then I got shelves. They're a little bit wobbly in places, a little bit janky, but that adds to the charm. So yeah. But the paint, having the paints, I don't know what to do with the paints. I need them so I can see them, really, but I haven't quite figured out what to do on that front. I don't want to use... Taking a while to get through this yellow. It's definitely quite a generous blob I put on here. I don't want to paint it all the same yellow. I want to do parts and pieces. Maybe I should be a little bit more liberal with it. So I don't want to do everything uniform yellow, because it should look patchy and a bit chaotic, because, you know, orcs, obviously. But at the same time, I want to use the last of this yellow. You know what? I've got a little bit of yellow. I'm going to put him down. And let's just grab out one of these and see if I can just cover one of these a bit. Right, this will be the last of the yellow. Good. I don't feel so bad about having a big dollop of yellow because it all got used. Right, I need to get some ink in there. There we go. Excellent, yellow used. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. What should I paint next? We're working on these guys. I could do a bit more of these guys. Although I feel like I should edge highlight something. That would be pretty good. Let's see what colour I find first. Okay, so we found this first. So we will do the dwarves. It's only terrible if we don't laugh, frankly. Yeah, it depends. Like, there's always the issue is who else is watching, you know? That's the thing. Like, we had Fatima on the other day, and she is 10-year-old Pakistani kid, so might not necessarily get the jokes that I like to make, you know? So... yeah, that'd be cool. Photos talking about colour schemes and whatnot would be amazing, frankly. So this Troll's Teeth layer I put on this guy has definitely come through quite patchy. But I think that we could still resurrect this one and clean it up a little bit. Because it's only the recesses we're interested in, and then we can smooth out the surfaces. Let's see if I can see a gold. Is my gold to hand somewhere? Maybe you are. Oh, Matt, that joke's shit. Sorry. Sorry, the sincerity of my critique tickled me. I was amused by my own sincerity of my constructive criticism for your gag. So, by that logic, the joke was a success. It got a laugh out of me. Maybe for the wrong reasons, but it worked. So... okay, yeah, got a chuckle. You got a chuckle. But yeah, that joke is so shit. Yeah, do you like how I dressed it up as a constructive criticism? I was trying to make it... I didn't want to... You know, I'm not actively trying to upset you. That's why I disguised it as constructive critique. So, yeah, I was trying to soften it a little bit. Yeah. I just said my first reaction and then tried to backpedal by saying it's constructive. Yeah, well, yeah, whoop. Well, that's inked. There we go. That's, yeah, that would be fine. I think he'd join the ranks just fine. So what was the white I used? Was it troll? It was Troll's Teeth. Hey, that's still a nice white. Let's Troll's Teeth this guy. Now, last time I blasted loads of Troll's Teeth everywhere, so I want to be a little bit more conservative with the paint blobbing. And considering I did the same with the yellow, right, that's enough Troll's Teeth. And then what I can do is, if I can just immediately find gold, Retributor Armor, where are you? Retributor Armor has a white top, right? I feel like it does. See, this is the issue. I can't access my paints. How many times have we done this, guys, where we've just been waiting for me to find a colour, and I've been like, oh, I'll just do something else. Which is exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do something else, because I can't find that gold. So it does have a white top. Okay. Oh, you little genius! As soon as I read that, what you wrote, it turned up. Perfect. So let's just. I won't even put some on the palette. I'll just use this straight from the tub and just let's start to get a feel of how this will look with the visor done. So we're going to go with all gold. And admittedly, this is a rather large brush to be doing this. But yeah, that was like some kind of magic power there. It made me find. It happens in the house as well. You're not the only person with the magic power. Like, I'm looking for something, and the second I ask my wife if she's seen it, I find it. And it's happened more than a couple of times. I don't know why I'm using a big brush for this, but hey, practice. Oh, little bit over there. You know what? Might be onto something with that. I quite like the gold face. Thank you, Darkness. He did it. He did it again. It was his suggestion. Yeah, your joke achieved what it set out to do, which was it got a belly chuckle out of me. You know, it got a laugh. Not just little like, that's funny, like a proper chuckle. So, by that logic, the joke was a big success. Yeah. So, yeah, joke success. Now, this is very small little detail-y bits, but again, I'm going to continue using the big brush because I reckon I can get this on without mucking up. Although those three vents are very teeny tiny detail. You know what, let's go for it. Let's give it a go. Ooh. People have been joining the Discord. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, what I do is when I start up the stream, I've been generally trying to fire it up and have a little looky. But then also, like today, when people remind me in the stream to go have a little butchers, and I get to go and have a look, which is great because then we get to talk about it immediately. You know, the photos are there, so we get to chat about it on stream, and I really, really like that. So it's definitely been a good idea putting that link in the Discord. That's definitely a big success. Actually, that's definitely worked out way better because I wasn't even expecting it. I was just put it on there out of almost out of habit. But I like that people have been posting stuff on there. Oh, it's the guardsman. Plasma. I need to look at how he's done the plasma. Oh, I've got to move this cool box. On a totally, here's a little bit of lore for you. This cool box is actually from the United States. Oh, no, it's not. I'm lying. Wait, no, I'm talking out my ass. It's not from the States. It's from Finland. I am talking out of my ass. Yeah, I like, yeah. Yeah, I can appreciate a tasty guardsman. They are nice looking guardsmen. They are very nice looking guardsmen. Don't sell yourself short. They're nice guardsmen. They look perfectly good. I was especially enjoying the camo trousers and the armor being different. I like that a lot. So no, don't sell yourself short. I haven't got any of the new Cadians. I almost bought some. But again, it's the assembly bottleneck that's stopping me from buying stuff. That's the real bind that I'm in at the moment. Sucks for you. That's a nice boss thing. Oh yeah, assembling's really good. If you can get a what I really like about assembly is like doing enough models in a little production chain. So like you set out 10 models, like you clean up the torso and the legs, for example, and you go along the line, and then you glue number 1, glue number 2, glue number 3, and you go along in the line and you crack out the next piece, clean it up, and you can glue in a line. And then if you've got multiple points that you want to do both arms, you glue the first arm, work along the 10, and by the time you've done 10, you can go back to 1 and start. It's glued enough with the plastic glue that you can do the next part. I love that. So it's like continuous gluing and assembling. And then before you know, you've got a whole squad of guys out. Ah, okay. So the new Dark Reaper for the armor. Ooh. Morfang Brown. I'm a big fan of that one as well, actually. That's a good brown. Yeah, some models can be fiddly. The Van Sars from the friggin' I've forgotten its name. Hive Secundus box. They're really fiddly. They were so fiddly that I had to stop you doing it. I need to assemble those bastards because I want to try out my metallic green. I want to try out Runefang steel with orc flesh mixed in, and then do metallic greens, and then highlight that with Runefang steel and Tesseract glow. That's what I want to do. That's the theory I've got with doing the metallic green paint armor. This brush is definitely too big for this little bit. Continue. I'm just going to splop that in there. No one would know. There we go. Some bits you just got to wing it. You can't be super precise on some little bits. I'm just going to glop that in. Yeah, the new Sentinel's grey, actually. I've got one of those. Only legs assembled at the moment. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, like, I'm not so keen to, like, I begrudgingly sold some Horus Heresy Terminators assembled, and I was like, I assembled and I went to all the effort to assemble and base coat these buggers, and now I've sold them. Like, so yeah, so I feel like maybe second-hand models at the moment might be becoming more useful to me, but I don't want something caked in someone else's paint where it messes up the details and stuff. Maybe something that isn't multi pose, so you get to choose the posing. It's a tough one. Hey Adam, how you doing, bud? How you doing, buddy? We're just talking about assembling models. That it is fun. It's just finding the time to sit down with it is the issue. And I don't think I want to do an assembly stream, and I'll tell you why. Because the plastic glue, you know, as we all know, it melts the surfaces, so it's very easy to screw things up. And I don't think that I can assemble things in a stream and talk and not completely fluff it up. So I think that I have to not do that. And, you know, as with the price of the models, if I do fluff it up, it's going to be pretty awful. So I think I will stick to painting for now. I'm intimidated is what the word is. I'm intimidated to assemble on stream. I actually do best assembling. Oh, you do best assembling, do you? Oh, well. I didn't realize that we had a best assembler here. But there is something incredibly relaxing about... Oh, I've completely fluffed up this. Oh, that's great. Let's just do that. There we go. Back of the gun. Just been working. Hopefully your job's not too awful. Hopefully. Well, if you've just been working all the time, don't forget to treat yourself like a little pretty princess and buy yourself a little something. Just a little teeny tiny something, you know? Oh yeah, I got to call my doc as well, actually. I have to call them today. I don't want to call them, but I should really call. Bye, Matt. Really appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for being a little star. Absolute little star. Hanging out, getting a laugh out of me, telling me a joke. And just being generally quite chatty. Really appreciated. Thanks. Like, really nice. Appreciate you. See ya. Oh! Adam! You son of a bitch! Assistant manager at a plant nursery? That sounds very familiar. Why does that sound familiar? We have talked before, sir. We have discussed this before. You care for the plants. Tell me, when no one's watching late at night, do you hurt them? Do you hurt the plants? Do you tell them mean words when no one is looking? Do you torture them? Do you torture the plants at the plant nursery? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. So it's that kind of nursery. What country are you in? Is it a legal enterprise? Hey, Micro, you have the #1 rank for the most chitty chattins. Just noticed that. That is 100% something. If the channel took off, I would definitely give out prizes for the number 1, 2, and 3 of the chatters. That would be 100% a thing. Yeah, I would totally do that. Let's just op this white a little bit without trying to snuff out too much detail. Ah, that's the one. Yeah, the train station, the train station explorer. Yeah, that's the one. What a freaking story that is. Like, talk about living life. Although 3 years in jail. Did they rape you, Adam? No, don't ask that question. No, table, don't just say it. Take a moment before you ask those questions. You don't need to answer that, Adam. You absolutely don't need to answer that question. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Sorry. Yeah, oops. Oh yeah, that's the one. You did go to jail. Okay, yeah, my bad. No internet, yeah. So you actually got to live like a human being. That must have been nice. Did you like it? Did you like actually... So you got a little insight to how I grew up with no internet. How did you find it? Did you find yourself? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Just curious. You went back in time. I understand the irony of us talking on the internet now, but for the most part, I don't like the internet anymore. Um, and for that reason, I wish like it's. I notice the amount of people walking around on their phones in the street. I notice it, and it gets to me. The issue is the social. That's the issue for me. The internet is the only way I get to chat with you guys. So it is like, and then there's WhatsApp for my friends out of country, and then like that's the issue. Me being connected to people, but the garbage I get spoon fed and the ads I get forced. What's a ghost notification? Yeah, and Adam, that's kind of that's kind of horrid. But I mean, times have changed. This is how things are now. But yeah, it's the amount of ads that are getting forced on me. I actively reduce ads, and I don't take my phone out with me anymore if I can avoid it. If I don't absolutely, the trouble is in Finland, your phone's connected to everything, right? So if you want to travel on public transport, yeah, you could get a card, but it's quite complicated. You'd have to use your phone. Um, yeah, so it's very much integrated into society here in Finland. Everything requires you to have a banking app that validates it. So everything goes through that. So you have to authenticate everything, and it's connected into everything. Like with your tax, your healthcare, everything goes through this security app. So if you didn't have a phone, you'd be screwed on that one. But for my day to day, I ask myself before I go out, do I need my phone? And if it's a no, then I just don't even bother. I just don't take it with me. And it's really nice. And another thing as well is for my phone, I've got like, so it's like a charger, but I don't use it as a charger. It's like a double charger, but it's very heavy, and it's got that magnet on the back, so you can click your phone on it. And I leave that on my desk. And whenever I have my phone at home, I come in and it goes on the little magnet charger. It doesn't charge. It's just like a holder. So my phone sits there, and so I don't walk around the house with it, and that's nice. So yeah, it's and like they have their uses, like they are useful. It's just I just yeah, it's just like yeah, I just miss people. I miss people. Um, you know, like you're not going to chit chat with some randomer if you're hooked on your phone, because you can't compete with someone who's consuming exactly what they want whenever they want on their phone. They don't need to make the effort with anything else. They're quite content with that. Um, yeah, US. Everything I hear about the US. Okay, so um, everything I hear about the UK being English makes me sad, and so I have to try to stop looking at it. But um, it makes me really sad what's happened to my home. Um, but then I hear stuff about the US as well, and they've got it really tough as well. Like from what I'm hearing about them, life is really rough there. Yeah. Well, I mean, I live in capital city. I live in Helsinki. There's people all around. Uh, like it's not the busiest city, but there is people. But I've never felt so alone. and I don't understand how I could be surrounded by people and feel so utterly alone. And it really gets to me. It's the past week and a half, especially, has been particularly brutal. I just it's like we're all just invisible to each other. It's just bonkers. It's just absolutely bonkers. And I don't know how to fix it, but it really gets me down. Thank God I friggin' just happened to discover the live streaming, because this is something, at least, we're just talking as human beings, talking about prison shenanigans and terrible jokes, and we at least get to act like humans talking to humans without an ad. I'm not trying to sell you something. We're just talking about something that we like. I'm not an AI. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's not a fully formed thought, but it's just people. People talking to people. Just being humans. Sorry, I really tickled myself with my. So I said, this is what made me laugh, right? So I said, I haven't quite fully figured out my theory, and then I just went, humans. Then that's definitely not a well thought out theory right there. Humans. Philosopher Table, what do you have to tell us today? Today's presentation. Allow me to begin. Humans. And it's just a roaring round of applause. Oh, bravo. Bravo, Table. Bravo. Philosopher of our age. Humans. Oh, he's done it again. Oh, Table, he's giving a speech at Madison Square Garden. It's sold out. Here he is. Raw. However many tens of thousands of people. Here he is, Table. Give us your sage advice. Humans. Oh, staggering. Absolutely beautiful advice. Oh, we can all live our lives to the fullest with this bountiful knowledge you have dispensed upon us. But yeah, so that's what made me laugh. That's what. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You know what? That's what I'm gonna say. If someone says, but that's how I don't make friends. Okay, because they won't get the joke. If they're saying, I spend too much on my phone, I'll just lean into them and be like, humans, and they won't get it. I'll find it funny. Yeah, that won't work. Thank you, Plato, Confucius, Table. Yeah, amazing advice there for you. So I need to tell you about this guy, Ben, right? It's a humans story, right? So I went to study in Wales, right? And it was like education for people who were, like me, low economic branches. And it was like, this is your gateway to get to university. So you go to Wales, you study there for a year, and you get what's called a foundation degree. And then that allows you to take that and go to an actual university, right? It's like 0.5 university thing, right? So I went to Wales to do this. And the place... so it's people who didn't have a lot of money, who were struggling in life, i.e. me, and then there was people who had drug dependency issues, victims of violence. So it's like a real institution to help people out, get back on their feet, sort of thing. And there's this guy Ben, right? Now Ben, just let me go full hog with the story, right? Let me go full. It goes human, right? It goes human, and it's also Games Workshop related, all right? So it connects both. Just let me hear me out, right? So Ben was a Welsh guy, and he was an advocate of people who'd got caught up on drugs early on and had recovered, and he was a spokesman for some Welsh drug rehabilitation place where people who have cleaned up their act, and he was a spokesman to talk about how he got clean and all this yada yada yada, right? So the night before he was to give his speech in the morning, it was about 3:30 in the morning, and he's in my room. I don't know what he had chomped, but he had clearly chomped a large amount of drugs. He wasn't clean at all. He was partying like crazy. So he was in my room at 3:30. And I don't know what he had been eating, but ironically, it was an Imperial Guardsman that I was assembling. I was assembling some guard. Ironically, it fits even better, right? and he was very interested in what I was doing. And I was putting together the guardsman. And he was like, look at these crumbs, human crumbs. And then he proceeded for the next 45 minutes to be like, human crumbs. And he was so amused by the human crumbs. And like, it made me laugh as well. I mean, I was drunk as a skunk at that point, but we were laughing about human crumbs, and it became a running gag for the rest of the year, human crumbs. But yeah, he was like, human crumbs. And we found it incredibly funny. And that's the story. True story, that human crumbs. Yeah, human crumbs. Oh, bless him. But yeah, that guy, he was a wild guy. But yeah, human crumbs. And I know what you're thinking. Table, what on earth were you doing at 3:30 in the morning assembling some guard and drinking booze? Well, I mean, could you think of something more fun? Frankly? What else are you going to do with your time? I think that's a fabulous use of my time. So yeah, human crumbs, there's a story. Maybe not the payoff you were hoping for. But human crumbs, yeah, painting human crumbs in the middle of the morning, middle of the night, human crumbs. Yeah. Oh, Ben, I hope you're doing all right, buddy. I hope you're doing all right. But yeah, he leaned right in my face as well when he was saying it, because he wasn't essentially there. He wasn't present mentally, so he'd lean his face right in. He's like, human crumbs. Yeah. But I've always had a soft spot for guys like Ben. You know, like, I don't know if that's like English culture. Like, we like someone who's to have a bit of, you know, be a bit dinged up, have a few warts, you know, like, and like we kind of rally behind people who are struggling. Yeah, but like, yeah, he's clearly a bit beat up. You know, he had some skeletons in his closet, some demons, whatever you call it. But he's a nice guy. He's just struggling. Well, I hope he isn't now. That was bloody, God, how many years ago now? 15, 20? Yeah, human crumbs. Just say, hey, I'm just assembling my human crumbs. Right, so he's done. He's whited up now. I've got to figure out. I haven't got the colour scheme for the trousers, but I want to do them close to the Votan. I just realised I'm just petting this guy on the butt here. I just realised I'm just giving him a little reassurance there. Don't worry, we'll find the colour of your trousers. I'll just pet you some more. There you go. A fun fact that becomes a great joke. Okay, well, I mean, Micro, if you wanna roll the dice on a great joke, I can't guarantee that if you wanna give it a whirl, you can try it. You can try trotting that joke out. We'll listen. Can't guarantee. I promise you constructive criticism, much like Matt got. So this one is the one that was already painted. So the armor was orange, and the trousers were black from their base coat. So let's see if this actually manages to clean this up a little bit. Although I don't have a lot of white left, frankly. Oop. Okay, I hope Micro is furiously typing away this amazing joke. The thing is, he's really pushed the boat out. He said it's an amazing joke, so he's really hyped himself up. Let's see. Oh, there's some text. Did you know they did a study and found out your bones secrete. Sorry, beg pardon. Your bones secrete a hormone when you're scared. So at the end of the day, it was your own spooky, scary skeleton sending shivers up your spine. So we're just trying to get this white going. Let's just touch up this white a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit like that. I'm sorry, Micro. I'm sorry. Sorry, dude. But that joke is proper crap. Hey, we don't even have to wait for hell. I'll set you on fire right now. I'll quite happily set you on fire for that joke. Yeah, let's just get a burning going. The trouble is, I mean, it could be a good joke, but I'm going to show my age again here. So the spooky, scary skeleton. I know it's a meme. I prefer calling it a May, and Darkness will explain why I like calling it May, because it makes it sound like I don't really know what memes are, which I don't. But I like that I'm so out of touch that I say it as a May, and I like that. It tickles me. It's a personal gag, right? But the spooky, scary skeleton is a May. And so, I'm older than May-Mays. May-Mays weren't a thing before. So that's why it's not funny. I was trying to guess the joke before I read the last line. And I thought it was going to be like a pun. I was expecting a pun between hormones and bones. Or bones. Or something like that, I was thinking, that's what I was thinking. That's why I thought you were going with it as I was reading it. But it was worse. It was way worse than I was expecting. I can't stop. He tried. 4 points for effort. You really got. Yeah, you tried. You tried. Barbers, you really got to take your hat off to him. Yeah, that kind of one. Yeah. Yeah. My dog's got no. Oh, that's a Monty Python joke. That is. That's the funniest joke in the world. You want to hear it? My dog's got no nose. How does he smell? Awful. And that joke in the Monty Python sketch was so good that it was lethal. That it killed anyone who heard it. And like the guy who wrote it died after reading his own joke. Monty Python's really good. Right, so either I'm going to find Reichland Flesh Shade or Corax White. Here's Corax White. So the question is, do I highlight in Corax, or do I try and bring up that layer of white? Let's take a little bit out of the palette. Now it's a little bit darker than Troll's Teeth. It's a lot grayer as well. So let's see. So it turns out, yeah, here's a Monty Python fact for you. What I didn't know is that Life of Brian wouldn't have happened unless one of the Beatles, I forget which one, had an anti-dop and paid for the whole thing, which I thought was pretty cool. So I might use the Corax just to whiten up the white. I'm getting a lot of ads. This is more ads than music at this point. My favourite, I think The Holy Grail is my favourite, but Life of Brian is really good. You know what? Maybe I will just put a little bit of. It does make it a little bit grayer, but maybe I quite like that. Maybe I could just, if I leave the white on the edges and just use it to just make the colour a little bit more less patchy. Maybe there's something in this. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble at work just for the stream. Yeah, you can join the Discord whenever. Any pictures you put on there will get seen eventually. Clone. Yeah. Oh, it's awful. All right, here's a joke for you. If we're telling terrible jokes, I got quite a few of those. Right. So, a man walks into a bar with a lion and a giraffe, right? And he sits down at the bar with the lion and the giraffe, and they all sit at the bar. Did I mention they sit at the bar? They all sit at the bar. They're sitting at the bar. So there's a bar, and they go and sit by the bar. So what they do is they're standing, and they bend their legs, and then they're now sitting at the bar. Did I mention that they're sitting at the bar? So there's a lion, a giraffe, and a man at a bar, and they're sitting. So they each order their drinks, right? So the giraffe, and the lion picks up his drink, and drinks it down in one go. Alcoholic drink, right? The giraffe picks up his drink, drinks it down in one, and falls flat on his back, lying on the floor. I've told the joke wrong. The man drinks his drink and gets up to leave with the lion, and they're leaving. And the barman goes, "Hey, you can't leave that lion there." And he's like, it's not a lion, it's a giraffe. Yeah. Yeah, let me have it. I deserve it. I deserve it for that. It's bad. I got a bit carried away with the sitting at the bar. I don't know why I got so fixated on it. I was just, again, amusing myself and then didn't really think about. Here's another one. I'll do better. Man walks into a bar, right? Man walks into a bar and he sits down, orders his drink, and then all of a sudden his hand starts ringing. Ring, 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 ring. The barman's looking at this man, and the man lifts up his thumb and he pulls a little aerial out of his thumb, and he starts having a conversation into his hand. He finishes his call, puts the aerial back into his thumb, and puts his hand down, and continues his drink. And the barman says, "That's amazing. What have you got going on there?" He's like, "Well, it's the latest thing. I've got a phone built into my hand." He's like, "Well, that's absolutely fantastic. Modern technology, eh?" He's like, "Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Can you just watch my drink for a second? I just need to go use the loo. I need to go use the toilet. Is that okay?" And the barman says, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And the man goes, and after about 5 minutes, the barman notices that the man's not yet back from the toilet. So he's like, "Okay, maybe I should go check if he's okay." So the barman goes into the toilet and he opens the door and he sees the man bent over the toilet, poking toilet paper up his bumhole. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's like, "Hold on, I'm just sending a fax." Is it good? I don't know. I'll wait for the responses. I amuse myself by going deadly silent straight after the joke. But yeah, so yeah, I've got a lot. I like the crap jokes. Yeah, it's a pretty good joke. But I feel like it's in the delivery. I feel like you got to get the delivery right. Yeah, I'm getting more ads than music on YouTube. I'm just going to turn it off. I'm getting. What do I care about sports trading cards? Why do I care about that? So yeah, so I don't know. I just maybe if I just put it on the bits that look a little bit patchy, and let that be my guide. So anywhere where it needs a little bit of a top up, a little bit of a smooth out, just pop it on. I think it makes barely any difference, but at the same time, I feel like it does do something. But I'm not sure exactly what. But it does do something, I feel. Let's just use it a little bit here and there, just on the bits where I can see a little bit too much of the Griffin Charger ink. That's what I'll do. So it gives it a little bit of texture, a little bit of roughage. Like those toes could definitely do with a little bit more pigment. Okay. A dab will do ya. I don't think it needs a lot. Okay, yeah. I don't think it needs a lot at all. I think it just adds a little bit more colour to it. Actually, I think it looks really good, actually. I think that just gives it a little bit less of a flat look. I think just a little bit here and there. Yeah, just leave it at that table. Maybe a little bit on the helmet bit. Just a little bit, just to bring up the pigment ever so slightly. Yeah, that's how we should utilize it. Where it's not so... Yeah, that's where we should use it. Where it's not so... Where it's a little bit transparent, we can just top it up with a little bit of this. Like in there, that little recess there. Yeah, all right. I can do with that. Right, Reichland, come on. Time to show your face. Come on, Reichland. We could really use your help. What's that stuff under the monitor? No, that's yellow. I really like Reichland Flesh Shade. What I should do is buy like 3 of them, so that I know that I'm never far from a Reichland Flesh Shade, you know? That's what I should do. But I'm not going to be able to find it. It's not a white top, it's transparent top, and it's just a mess of colours there. So we'll move on and do something else. But I feel like we're onto something. I feel like we're really onto something with these guys. I guess I could try and figure out the trousers. Maybe we should try and find a colour. So I've got my the Army Painter colours. Now, if I remember right, the Votan trousers are a little bit dark, like a sort of darky turquoisey blue. Although maybe we've got something there. Maybe we should just go. Or are they kind of darky green? Are they more blue or more green? I feel like that's pretty close for the colour that they are. Maybe that could be it. But these alone don't have a huge amount of coverage. Maybe I feel like something with this green might work. If we could blue that green, if that makes sense, a little bit. So let's try a dollop of Macragge blue with this green and see what comes up on the palette. Because I'm not using this Macragge blue for anything. So maybe we might be onto something. So let's just drop a splodge of that on there. And then we mix in a load of green and see what we come up with. Maybe. Oop. That's a lot of paint. Okay, let's mix it together, see what we get. No, that's just like I need a test model. I've got models for exactly this purpose. Where are my test models? Come on, test model. You were here just recently. You're in here, somewhere around here. I know because I specifically put you somewhere. Test models, cuckoo. Oh bugger. Okay, they're not here. Anything there I could test? No, they're all for stuff. All right, let's put it on. Let's just put it on and see how we get on. All right. Tell me what you think of this color. What do you think of this color? Is it too blue? I think it might be too blue or too light. That's roughly 50-50 mix, Macragge and the green. One thing's for sure, it doesn't cover very well. So I will open this out to suggestions. If you have some suggestions, I am all ears. A little bit more green, but the question is, what green? What green should I add to darken this down a bit? It is a bit blue, isn't it? And also I'd have to mix it right each and every time. So there's that issue as well. So maybe using the Macragge blue is not the way to go. Maybe I need to use it for something else, because I only tried it because I want to use it. That's very blue. Yeah, it's not enough green. Well, we might as well, let's paint it all on and then see how it looks, and then we can always paint the green on over it. But I think it is too blue, because the Griffin Charger Grey does have a blueness to it in all of the recesses on the white. So I think having the clothes blue as well is maybe too much. So I think you're right. What I really wanted the Votann Battle Force, Christmas Battle Force, because the Exosuit dwarves and the Berserker dwarves, I really like them. And you get 2 sets of the Berserker dwarves. But I just couldn't justify the spend and the extra models. I'm trying to reduce the shame. Caliban green. Ooh. I have to check my greens. These are nice figures, though. They've got a nice feel to them. Yeah, what little I know, I really like. I like that they just have robots kicking about in the society. I like that a lot. I don't like how they hover. I need them to have legs. I don't like that they're just like a disembodied torso floating around. I'm not a fan of that. And I don't like that some of their vehicles are hovery vehicles, like the trikes and the quads. I'm not so keen on those because they look like they've got like Back to the Future wheels that are just folded up. Yeah, I don't like those, but the models are really nice. The new automated guys, you get them in a pack of 3, and they're giants, and they got those big old blasters. I really, really like them because they give off real Men of Iron vibes. So I really, really like those. I want to get some of those. I really like those guys. And now that we've got the color scheme almost figured out, we could totally paint some of those. So I know I was saying about reducing my pile of shame, but if we can get this color scheme figured out, then there's nothing stopping me picking up some Votann. But yeah, this is too blue. It does need to be more green. That is for sure. I do think we're getting somewhere with them, though. I think they're looking pretty tasty. They've definitely got their own feel to them. Yeah, it definitely won't be this blue, but I just wanted to paint it so that we can all have a look at it and how it looks. But I think it does need to be more green. However, I think this was a worthwhile test so that we know not what to do. Right, so that's that. But that's, like I said, that's 50-50 Macragge blue and then the green, the Games Master Malachite green. But I think it's too blue. But we can redo that, and that's all good. I think the white's fine. I think we've got the white nailed. I didn't know they were clones, no. But unfortunately, we're going to have to hold that thought because I'm still on the 2-hour limit for the stream, being time impoverished. But I need to say thank you. This is Blue Tack 4 and 8. Oh, 8 likes. That's lovely. Oh man, thanks. Yeah. So if you haven't already left me a like, you can leave one, of course. But you've been doing that anyway, so it's all good. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think, setting some time aside to just like do a day of streaming. And like I'll have my food here, and I'll drink a load of gin in the evening, and we can get a lot of painting done. Maybe even try and play a game. I'm trying to figure that out, but at the moment it's the 2 hour streams. But I clearly need to read up about my Votann lore. Guys, I want to say thanks. I felt a bit down starting the stream, and only after half an hour I felt much better. So thank you, guys. Thank you. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. But if I'm not in, if I'm on, then I've made it. You know. If not, I got busy. But I'm rambling. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye.